I'm in beautiful Minnesota. Just got done in Minneapolis, model city for the rest of the country. We're so fucked. We really are. I'm in Minneapolis at a rest area. It's my adventure for today. It's about the only thing left that I can do without wearing a mask. Look at this wonderful fucking vacation spot. There's flies circling the trash can as if there's dead bodies in it. And this very clean plate, like I want to eat all kinds of fucking food on this table. Like I wanted to sit down and vlog a little. I could go into the itchy green shit. Is there a place to go? I don't see a place to go. I had kind of a rough media day today, you know, like I'm a little overwhelmed. And it's not just because of the media either. I'm actually seeing it out here in the world that we've lost, you know, the battle for our way of life. You know, going forward, the new normal is going to be you work. You're not going to want to go to restaurants because of social distancing and mask rules. You'll just stay home and cook if you have a home. A lot of people are going to be suffering economically in the coming days as the $2 trillion fucking stimulus package just disappeared. You know, I remember the American dream, you know. I never was a huge fan of it. You know, ever since I became a minimalist, I was like, you know, there's a better way. We're doing it wrong. And even as a minimalist, I can tell you we're heading down a bad path in terms of the economy, in terms of our way of life. I have never seen the level of fear and anxiety in the general public that I see today. And you should know that I did a 2-hour podcast that you can see on LBRY. You can just follow the link to LBRY down below. It's the latest fucking video I did by the time you're watching this. But it's been really fucking bad. I'm getting looks for You know, I think what set me off first is going to South Dakota, which didn't have the mask mandate, and trying to go into Walmart and seeing that they are enforcing the thou shalt not buy shit here if you're not wearing a mask. And this is in a place without a mask mandate. So the one state that has maintained freedom throughout this pandemic from start to finish and hasn't trampled the Constitution in any way, and now the fear has crept in. More and more people in South Dakota are wearing masks. And a lot, not all the business, now it hasn't been a complete takeover. It's still the freest state, by far, definitely. Currently, if you want to live the most normal life, you can go to South Dakota. I went there and I played fucking poker. I went to a restaurant, sat down and ate. The restaurants are a little bit higher capacity now, but it's hard to have any sort of fucking optimism when you see the fear is creeping in even to the most freedom-loving states in the Union. And it lets some of the wind out of my sails, I gotta be honest with you. So I'm about to take my 2 weeks vacation. I am still gonna change my residency over to South Dakota. You know, I haven't changed my mind about that. That's gonna happen. But I think this is just a storm that I'm gonna have to hunker down and just kind of accept that this is the new normal for a while and hope that it blows over. I mean, there's really nothing else I can do that I haven't already tried. You know, I post podcasts, I mention it in videos, but I don't think I'm really reaching anybody. I don't think I'm changing any minds that have already been made up about the path that we're headed on. And then when you add in all the civil unrest and all the rioting and all of that shit into the mix, the American dream is dead. You know, when I'm a child of the 80s, where the American dream was at its peak. You know, well, actually it's more like the 50s, 60s it was at its peak. We were still being, you know, told to consume, to buy, and that someday we get a house, you get married, you have a bunch of kids, you know, you get the boat, you get the car, you know, the middle class American dream that almost nobody I know personally has achieved. You know, I take that back. There's a few people that have achieved it, but they're in debt up to their eyeballs. Sorry, that fucker's mowing the lawn right now. Damn it. Let me sit at this fucking picnic table. This fucking guy with the lawnmower can't even vlog in Minnesota. So, you know, there's a few people I know that have achieved this American dream. They're in debt up to their eyeballs. They're enslaved to their jobs or their businesses to maintain it. And now that has come under direct threat with the pandemic and with the civil unrest for many people. Even some of the ballers that I know are kind of sweating things a bit. You know, people that had their foot in the door of the American dream are getting shoved down to the bottom again. Here I am currently with a middle class income, and I stress currently because it's not going to be the normal for me. And I've gone full nomad. You know, I could get an apartment, you know, try and build a life somehow. But why would I at this point? what is there for me to do? Why would I get a local fucking trucking job at this point and get an apartment and try and have a life? What is there to do? Go out in the woods? Well, I don't need to have a local place to live and stuff to do that. I can just do that. And, you know, bring a backpack, stay out there for a while. Can also car camp my way around the country and do all the traveling I want. Although there's less places to go now. You know, I do like touristy shit. I like to go and look at history and museums and battlefields and that kind of stuff. I might not be able to even do that. You know, I see so much closed down everywhere I go now. So what does that leave for life, you know? Some people have expressed concern that I'm not saving for retirement. I don't know that there's going to be much left after all of this in terms of retirement. Even if I would probably be more upset if I had money in a 401k right now. Now I do have like $500 in 401k or some shit. And so if I lost that, I'd be like, okay, yeah, well, I should have fucking stopped contributing. But, you know, I've learned that I need to take my retirement now while I can. I don't know what it's going to be 20 years from now when I hit that Social Security age. So all I got left is to try and capture as much of the time for me as I can, and I'm doing so. I've taken every step that I can. It's just, I guess it's bothering me that how limited and how polarized everything is and how scared everyone is, you know. It's shaping up that, you know, other than my few friends and family, I can't make a lot of new friends out here. Not easily anyway. Because of the fear is just gripping everyone, you know. And then if I tell somebody, well, I don't wear masks, I've traveled to every fucking hotspot state except for Florida, and, you know, I've done all of this risky shit, and people aren't going to want to be around me that are scared. You know, thankfully I have some friends that are not scared. But, you know, I was hoping, you know, I've been telling you guys for a while that I wanted to add a page where I meet you all, and I've reevaluated that a little. I'm like, in this current environment, maybe I should hold off on that, you know, until this blows over, until we're less fucked up with fear. And well, I guess what hit home to me is I actually got recognized. I was in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I don't know if this person's watching. I think he said he goes by Nick on YouTube. But yeah, I was at a truck stop and I ran into fuck. So I was at a truck stop and I, you know, went in to get some food. Consequently, one of the masks. So I told this story a little bit in my exclusive LBRY podcast. And I got recognized. This dude he was fueling right next to me, and he called me by name, and he's like, you don't know me, but I've been watching you, have a nice fucking day, and stuff like that. You know, he said I'd shake your hand, but, you know, and I would have thought nothing of shaking his hand before. But now I'm like, wow, if I shake his hand, I'm a fucking filthy murderer. If he gets the virus, it's my fault. You know, so I kind of kept my distance. It was a little awkward too. I don't do well when you guys find me randomly in public. I have to mentally prepare for that shit. You know, I kind of like doing my own thing and not worrying so much about people like recognizing me in public. It's rare. It's happened a few times. But, you know, I'm not used to it yet because I'm still a pretty small fucking YouTuber. But I suppose I better get used to it. It's so fucking noisy here. I just want to be in a quiet spot to do my thing and shit. Why can't it just be peaceful? I have no place to go be peaceful. That's all I want. Just some peace and quiet with some birds noises and shit. Let's see if I can go down to the other side away from Mr. mowing the lawn. Over to the pet area. Vlogging on the GH5 today. It's great. Probably a bad idea. Here we go. It's a little quieter over here. Even though I'm getting close to the shitter. Oh, look at this. This looks like a spot. This is where you can get away from motherfuckers. And it looks freshly mowed. Of course, the table looks dirty as fuck. Did you die, though? There's a trail in there. I'm gonna sit on this dirty ass table. So yeah, I got recognized, and it made me realize that maybe running around the country without my mask and trying to meet my subscribers is probably not something I should do this year. So I'm holding off on that. At least till we're a little less fearful and shit. But it's sad, it really is, you know, and the only reprieve I have is to get out in nature still. If they take that away, if they make me have to wear a mask when I'm walking around in the woods or in some remote area, yeah, that's about the point where a motherfucker's gonna get fines and go to jail. Because, yeah, I'll put a mask on when I go into Walmart. But once I get past the door, I'm gonna take it off. But, you know, that's me. But in mandatory mask states, I'll probably be a little more compliant than in the non-mandatory mask states, where just the corporations are giving me a hard time. And I'm gonna try and avoid spending money in places that try and enforce me to do something that makes no sense. And if you watch my exclusive video, you'll understand why I feel this way, for sure. So, like even now, I came over here to be in the woods and I see a motherfucker wandering around with a mask outside by themselves. But, you know, I'm seeing the writing on the wall. The economy is going to fucking crash, people. It's coming. I'm back to hauling groceries most of the time. It's pretty much what I've been hauling 90% of the time. There was one load that I did, and it was a Cabela's load, which was outdoor shit. So that's the only retail goods I've hauled. All the rest of the time, it's been groceries. And that's not good if people aren't living their lives, buying their normal shit. During the summer, mind you. This is the summertime. People spend more money on that kind of stuff in the summer. You know? And freight hasn't been slow. It's just been all groceries. So apparently my essential job is rather essential even in these hard economic times. But between that, the politics, the election, and watching people who I otherwise get along with go down the rabbit hole on some of this stuff, I'm tired of it, I really am. I'm very fatigued. So it's one of the reasons I'm out here. as a nomad. I don't want to be around it 24/7. I don't want to be in cities all the time anymore. I want to escape. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. That's why I'm out here full-time nomading. That's why I'm going to hop in my Prius and go change fucking states' residencies. Because I don't want to be stuck in a state that's going to destroy my life. You know, New York being one of the #1 states for that. I don't want my hard work to pay the bills for, you know, politics and populations that I don't agree with. Their philosophy, a lot of them. The people that are voting the people in power in New York, I don't agree. You know, I don't agree with a lot of this shit on both sides. But I just want to opt out of it, all of it. You know, I want to stay away from it. I can't fight it. There's nothing I can do. There's really nothing I can do to change it. I can just try and react to all the new bullshit, you know, that comes up in the ways I've learned to deal with it. It turns out being a minimalist has prepared me for this time. Being a nomad for so many years, living in the truck for so many years has prepared me to weather this storm better than a lot of people will be able to. I don't have large assets weighing me down. I don't have a stick and bricks. I own my car and that's about it. You know, I've got places I can go. I have backup plans. But at the end of the day, there's not a lot weighing me down. I'm not in a relationship. You know, I've got great friends, but they have their own lives. They're busy. You know, so I got to have my own life and be busy as well. And, you know, I'm not depressed. I'm just kind of like tired. If I had to describe the way I feel, I'm just tired of it. Fed up. I've had enough. I'm raising my hand and saying, all right, I'm done. You know, what can you do? There's all kinds of itchy green shit here. Probably shouldn't run around out there. But, you know, I do the best I can with the cards I've been dealt, and I think that's all we can do. Anyways, as you know, I'm in Minnesota. My next load's to Illinois, so I'm going to be all right. I'm going to be late getting back to New York. Kind of figured. And then once I'm there, I'm going to take my 2 weeks. And hopefully it's a nice reset for me and I can prepare for what's to come. And what's to come is not fun. You know, I almost didn't even bother making a video today. That's how kind of disheartened I am. I'm just like, I know I'm due to make a video, and I spent 2 hours ranting and raving on LBRY, 2.5 hours to be complete with you. And I don't know, I just don't have a lot to say today. I mean, what do you think? What do you think about these fucked up times we're in? How are you going to deal with it? Did you hit the American dream? Because the American dream's a fucking nightmare. It's a nightmare now. Well, what is our motivating factor at this point? We're not living anymore. In order to live, you have to take risks. You have to be a little fearless. No, what we're doing is survival at this point. And I can tell you from carrying a backpack in the woods periodically and without any food that survival is not as fun as living. Living is when you enjoy moments of your life. And I do have moments of joy still, but I feel like it's getting harder and harder, and there's more space in between the good times. Specifically because of how fucked up 2020 is with the civil unrest, and with, you know, civil unrest is destroying most cities for me. Like, I don't want to go to them at all. I don't want to go anywhere near them. And then you throw the COVID rules and the mandates and the social distancing and the masks and all of that bullshit. Even though I'm not scared of the virus, I still want to stay away. That's not normal. How did I get to this? I'm a social creature. I like being around motherfuckers. I worked in a bar, for fuck's sakes. But now I just kind of want to stay away. I'm just like, the world's gone fucking nuts, and I don't want to be around it. You know? What can you do? But I'm just rambling. This is a rambling vlog. So I think I'm just going to stick to my plan. Continue to do the nomad thing. Be in the truck. And then I'm probably going to, after my 2 weeks, hunker down. They're going to put me in a new truck because this truck's fucked. Ride it out through the winter and the election and all of that shit. Take my time off in various places I want to visit that are somehow still open. I have a funny feeling I'm going to be spending a lot of time in South Dakota, at least until the weather gets bad, and then I don't know what. And it's, you know, Utah just fucking cracked down on a bunch of shit. You know, I don't know where in the South I can hang out that's free and open and where you can feel normal, where you can interact with people in a normal way. Where you can go grocery shopping without feeling like a fucking criminal, even if you comply. If you know, you feel like you're being forced to do all of this. And for some of us, it's not even because we're afraid of the virus. We're honestly just don't want any fucking confrontations. We just don't want to be bothered. Just leave us the fuck alone. Sometimes I put the mask on just because I don't want to fucking hear anything from fucking all the people who are all up in your shit nowadays. I really hope we wake up from this nightmare soon. You know, I really do. It's been too ridiculous. Too ridiculous for words. So head on over to LBRY. There's a long, if this wasn't enough video for you, there's a long ass fucking rant video on there that I can't post on YouTube because I'm talking about some particularly bannable subjects on there. So, and I don't even want to post a link. That's how uncomfortable I am with it. So go ahead and head over to LBRY in the link below if you want to check that out. Plenty of content. I'm going to give you a few days to digest that because I kind of want to take a few days off from making videos and talking, collect my thoughts, you know, and kind of get back to some semblance of optimism. I got to find it somewhere because I don't want to make, you know, continue to make the fucked up videos that, you know, just kind of doom and gloom. Got enough of that in the media. But I think I think I'll find my optimism again once I get out, get my 2 weeks off, you know, and reclaim some of my freedom anywhere I can. And who knows, maybe I'll get back to New York and everybody will be like, fuck it, And there'll be civil disobedience all over the place. One can hope everybody wakes up. But till then, I'll just be the lone voice, you know, out here waving, saying, okay, we're being dumb. Can we stop being dumb now? Hey, that's it. Have a nice motherfucking day. Please check out my other video and shit, even if you don't agree with it. But at least hear both sides and don't just be so polarized. Hey, it's getting loud now. Have a nice motherfucking day and shit.